If you don't know, August is National Wellness Month, and here on WTOL 11 this morning, we are bringing you resources that can help you become your best self. This morning, we're joined with social media influencer Anna Kubitz, who's here to share the power of social media and how it can impact our mental wellness. She's also got some tips for us. Anna, thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Hi, thank you for having me.
So Anna, as we all know, we live in a 24/7 type of world, social media around all the time. We kind of can't get enough of it. Studies show high amounts of exposure are showing a decline in mental health. So as an influencer, how are you working to help combat this?
Gosh, I think the main thing is to really make sure your audience knows that social media isn't the same as real life. So while you may be posting really cute outfits or highlight reels of activities that you're doing, that's not what everybody's day to day looks like. So I think showing up in a way that's really authentic and prioritizes authentic community is the best way to go about promoting healthy mental health when it comes to social media.
How do you, I guess, not fall into the societal norms of always being on all the time or believing what everyone says on social media?
Well, I guess for me personally, having turned my own social media into a bit of a side hustle for myself, I kind of have to look at it as a business. So I'm not on Instagram all the time posting things, looking at what other people's posts are. I like to take the time to plan out my content and then post it on a schedule. And then when I post content, it's okay to leave the app and maybe wait a couple hours before you go back to see what people have commented. I think creating that separation from your phone is a really healthy way to go about still posting on social media if that's something that you want to do.
You're someone who's known as being a mid-size influencer. So what bias or stereotypes do you face while you're posting content online?
Mhm. Well, this is a really interesting category, I guess, when it comes to plus size fashion, where I am a size 16, which is the average size, at least the last time I checked, of women in the United States wearing clothing. But I am on the smaller end of the plus size spectrum. So a lot of times I don't fit into the traditional mold of what is called straight sizes. So that would be like your typical size you can find in any department store. And I'm also on the smaller end of plus size. So I think a lot of people might not realize that they fit into this category as well. And I guess in terms of unique experiences and stereotypes I face, I have a lot of privilege and benefit of being on the smaller side of plus size, but I still get occasional comments from people online that are like, why don't you go to the gym? A lot of trolls, people assuming that just because you are in a body that's bigger, that you don't take care of your physical health, which is not true. You cannot tell somebody's health by their physical appearance.
Exactly. And oftentimes I feel like younger women, teenagers, aren't seeing all body types reflected, especially in advertisements and other places. So why is it crucial that we kind of work toward normalizing all bodies and we move away from those stereotypes?
This is so important. I think there's so much room for brands to continue, number one, expanding their sizing to be more inclusive, but also hiring diverse models and creators for campaigns, because that in reality is what our world looks like. Everybody has different abilities, everybody looks different, has a different body type. And I think really authentically representing those people in your campaigns and hiring diverse groups of people is the best way to go about creating clothing, especially for everyone to see themselves represented.
And we know that a lot of people are influenced by what we see and hear on social media. So, are any tips on ways that you help protect your mental health while being involved so hugely on social media?
I think just general tips for everyone to keep in mind, healthy body image and boundaries with your own self image. The biggest one would be follow people that look like you. So if you're struggling with seeing all these celebrities posts, it's okay to unfollow people. You can also mute people. They don't even have to be celebrities. It could be people you know in real life. If they're making you feel insecure about yourself by seeing all their photos, you can mute people and then follow creators that have a similar body type to you So that way, when you see their awesome photos, you'll feel a lot better about yourself because you're seeing yourself represented in your own feed.
Anna, thanks so much for joining us and sharing those tips with us this
Thank
weekend.
you for having me.